Hey everyone, this is Hungry Monster. Have you ever been to Havana, Cuba? If you haven't, there's something really close to it in Miami. From high quality Cuban sandwich to Cuban style diners serving cafe con leche, breakfast empanadas, and vaca frita. World's most famous Cuban cuisine serving amazing empanadas, croquettes, and paellas, to Cuban-style hamburgers with fritas. Little Havana is a true gem when it comes to ethnic food in the United States. We have a lot to unpack today, so please stay tuned until the end. My first stop was Sanguich, a high-end Cuban sandwich chain. Excuse me, where are you located? Yeah.
Yeah.
Over there? Okay. The best is what? Cubano? Cubano?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was able to run into a few store employees who were enjoying the sandwich from their own store outside. I was first impressed by how clean and well managed this place was. What's your signature? Cubano? Can I get that? And then the croqueta? Ham croqueta.
Okay. One of the has two, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
What would you like to drink?
do you have iced coffee?
Iced coffee?
Yeah.
We have Lanacida. It's iced coffee with milk and caramel.
Okay. As you can see, they put a lot of work to their interior. Their food is definitely affordable, but they keep things very professional, and the staff are really nice. I first ordered the coladita, which is like a iced frappuccino with some authentic caramel. I usually don't drink coffee this sweet, but the combination of the espresso, caramel, and milk was perfect and didn't feel artificial. Next, I got the ham croquetas appetizer. They were the perfect size as an appetizer. They were just fried, and so the outside was super crispy. On the inside was a mix of, I believe, potatoes and ham, kind of all mixed up as a mousse. So it has a rather mushy texture. It was served with a salsa verde, which I really liked. Next, I got the Cubano sandwich, which was the highlight of this meal, and I could tell it was very meticulously made. On the inside are city ham and lechon, which is like roast pork. Both are thinly sliced and very soft. You have the smoked scent of the ham and the really meaty scent of the pork complementing each other. The bread was amazingly soft. The outer layer has a rather crisp texture, and this gets even crispier as they press the whole sandwich with lard. Then there are thin slices of cucumber pickles that kind of offset the meaty, greasy taste from the pork, the ham, and of course the Swiss cheese. There are some mustard and also a side of vinegary mayo sauce, and everything was in perfect harmony. For me, the sandwich felt just a touch too greasy and meaty. The cucumber pickles wasn't enough for me to balance that, but I know this is what the Cuban sandwich is, but just something to note. And otherwise, I really enjoyed my meal here. I'd give this place a 4.5 stars. Next morning, I came to the Little Havana proper for some authentic Cuban breakfast. Morning.
Are you the first visitor to this area this time?
What's that?
You are the first visitor at this time.
This was a pretty big Cuban diner that opens from 7:30 in the morning. This is a family-owned restaurant open since 1996. Inside you have your typical American diner, but with a Cuban twist, with Cuban music and some down-to-earth servers. They had an extensive menu and I took my time to choose the right items. Yeah. Vaca frita y empanada.
And the vaca frita, two sides. The hash brown, two fries.
Jamón?
Eh?
Jamón and hash browns? Sorry, home fries, home fries.
Papa de la casa and one more.
Jamón?
Jamón.
First, I got the cafe con leche. This drink seemed to be like the main coffee drink in most Cuban restaurants. It's served with a big cup of steamed milk and a double espresso shot, and you pour the espresso into the milk. So I'd say this is somewhere in between a latte and a cappuccino, and I really liked the foamy taste of the milk. Then they serve some Cuban bread, also pressed and melted with some butter. The salty, buttery bread went really well with the cafe con leche. I got the breakfast empanadas, which are homemade, and the vaca frita, which literally means fried cow, served with some fried eggs, home fries, and ham. I started off with the breakfast empanadas, which had scrambled egg and cheese, which was really solid. The empanada dough was, of course, very crispy. I'd love to have this for breakfast at home. Then I went for the vaca fritas. I started by popping the egg yolk, which made it look even better. I don't know if by fritas they mean deep fried or pan fried. Either way, that did make the beef a lot tender, and it seemed to be probably the flank. The beef just felt a little too heavy. I'm not sure if it was the thickness of the slice, or the fact that it was deep fried, or the cut just wasn't a good cut. The overall layout of the dish was great, but I will say the beef was just not that impressive. I'd be happy to come back for some other dish, whether that's lunch or dinner, and I got a good feel of what a Cuban style diner was. I'd probably give this particular dish a 3 stars. We're at the Versailles Cuban restaurant. I was really excited to come to this place. They had over 10,000 reviews on Google, opened since 1970, and serving an extensive list of Cuban food.
Hola.
Hola.
¿Para uno?
Uno.
Con la chica, por favor. Solo uno Pepsi.
The place had a really interesting European feel. It was very spacious with lots of seats, but also really packed. Hi, hello, how are you? Most popular dish?
Okay. The Creole, okay, with yellow rice, cardín, ropa vieja, masa de cerdo, fried porchon,
Okay,
croquettes,
okay.
and break lobster,
Okay.
okay, vaca frita,
Okay.
pork,
Pork?
roast pork Cuban style, fried porchon,
Okay.
the seafood, paella Versailles,
Okay.
assorted seafood, salsa rico,
Oh, gracias.
okay,
Un hot dog, por
una
favor?
so,
Gracias. Este muy...
Ese es muy
bien,
bueno, sí.
Okay. Uno,
Una
paella
paella
Versailles y el Versailles combo
y un Versailles together,
together.
okay.
Cuban beer, Cuban ale. A classic lager. A little sweet. Very clear and very crisp. The staff are extremely friendly.
Ese es el combinado
Oh,
de plantains y paella.
that one is mojito.
Okay. Enjoy. Chico, buen provecho.
And your Versailles combo. This is your Versailles combo, serving ham and beef empanadas, ham and chicken croquettes, and yuca fries. Everything is so freshly fried. The dough for the empanadas is so crispy. You might get a little carb attack, but I haven't had a fried food this good in the States recently. First time trying the ham empanadas with some cilantro sauce. And again, just like the croquetas before, the inside has a nice filling of meat and potatoes mixed together. These are your croquetas. I think these are your yuca fries. Oh, nice. This is your ground beef empanadas. Really savory. I wanted to try something seafood and got the paella Versailles, which came with shrimp, squid, mussels, fish, chicken. The rice was perfectly seasoned, just a touch salty, had a nice seafood broth to it. Strongly recommend the Versailles combo, where you can get the best of their empanadas, croquetas, yuca fries. I'm starting to notice that Cuban cuisine has a lot of fried food, but really good fried food. And I wanted to finish off with a glass of classic Cuban mojito with some mint, guava, super refreshing. It might be premature to rate this place based on a couple items on their extensive menu, but I'd give it a 4.5 stars. Next, I visited El Rey de las Fritas, a Cuban-style hamburger shop. This is another family-run business open since 1979. This is a down-to-earth hamburger shop that looks like a diner. The frita original? One. Here. And one Diet Coke. The atmosphere is really friendly. Some people coming to have some lunch on their own, others coming with family. So I ordered the Fritas original. This is a very simple burger with ground beef patty seasoned with their own family style herbs and seasoning. There's definitely some paprika in there. It almost made me feel like it was chorizo. Between the patty and the buns are lots of small fries, creating an extra crispy texture. The buns are really soft, whereas the beef patty is a little bit on the dry side and definitely not greasy like your typical American burger, so it's very easygoing. Sopa de res, small. It's a very low-key, simple, but really dense burger. If I were hungry, I could have had two. In fact, I ordered a small beef soup. They called it sopa de res. I was really happy to see this dish with a whole beef bone in there. This was very similar to a lot of the Asian style beef broth. The soup was almost clear and had lots of veggies, some carrots, cabbage, I believe yuca and potatoes and corn. I saw a lady next to me eating this, so I think I definitely got the right dish. And it was a good complementation for the burger, which was a little bit on the dry side. Overall, I was very happy about my meal here. Very simple and down to earth and affordable. The burger was very unique, but I think it could have been better if I had added cheese or eggs. I'd give this place a 4 stars. My last stop in Little Havana was the Azucar ice cream shop. This was located in the crux of the main street of Little Havana. There was so much hype about this place, and so I could not miss it. Their 3 most popular flavors are the mantecado, which is like the cinnamon, the café con leche, and the number one is Abuela Maria, which has some guava pieces and has cream cheese in it. So I got the Abuela Maria. It was great. The texture was very soft. You can taste the cream cheese and the guava, and therefore a little bit on the creamy side. And I don't think the ice cream was super sweet. Felt rather simple. My standards for ice cream is against salt and straw, which for me is the gold standard for their sophisticated taste. But this was, I'd say, relatively simple. I'd be happy to try their other flavors, but I'd probably give this place a 3 stars. So that concludes my review of all the hotspots in Little Havana, Miami. This is probably the first time I visited Miami since I grew up, and I was so surprised to see this rich culture and community of Cubans. I really liked how most of the restaurants were family owned, passed over generations. There was really some soul behind every dish and every restaurant, and I'd be happy to come back for some other amazing dish here. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for my next review, this time in Asia.